the thing is, what I should have done, but I didn't do, is they say you should get a brand name SD card, load the.
I feel like he was talking about that too.
Yeah, load the operating system on it, and then you can put whatever ROMs you want. And look, I fully acknowledge emulation ROMs is a hot topic from a legality standpoint. I feel obligated to say we are not condoning or supporting any of these kind of things or whatever. It's just acknowledging the fact that these games, from Atari to NES to SNES to Sega Genesis 64,
are
still being played today and being sought after. All right, welcome back to the Midnight Release. We are on episode 12.
Number 12.
Yep, we now have probably approximately, because some of the episodes went over an hour, we're probably like 14 hours in worth of content or so over the last 12 weeks. Spanned 2 years, technically, if you want to look at it that way, but that sounds way more dramatic than it should.
Yeah, because it's definitely only been like 4 months, but technically 2 years, because it started in 2025.
That is true. But we are, so episode 12 today, our story mode is going to be Retro Resurrections. Now, in general, when you hear those phrases, you probably realize that could go a lot of different ways. And we're going to talk about, it's going to be very gaming focused, but we'll probably explore some kind of other areas when it comes to the idea of retro kind of making a comeback, if you will. And aside from that, we got a couple side quests for you today to be a little fun. Now, you may think when you hear me say fun, oh, Lord, they're doing another game and Chase is going to screw something up again.
He made it kind of screw-up proof, but he's still going to screw it up.
I did make it kind of screw-up proof, so hopefully that does not happen. It's another one where we're both going to be able to get a turn kind of thing. So,
I like this one.
It's pretty straightforward. It's not even like a game. Just, again, social media trends kind of thing.
It's a guess more than anything.
Exactly. So that'll be now loading, of course. That's the name of that side quest where we'll cover that. And then we are going to do a new segment today called Patch Notes. And it's really just kind of a reflection on these past 12 episodes and looking forward on some kind of updates and changes.
Things we're looking into.
Yeah, it's a patch. It's a patch to the Midnight Release, essentially. So we're going to talk a little bit through that.
Sometimes patches are good.
Sometimes. Now, we don't want to, we're 12 episodes in, so at least we didn't have to hit you with a day one patch. Look at the silver lining.
Yeah, that is true. So you at least got a few first.
Yeah, so 12 in. But all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into our story mode today, Retro Resurrections. All right, so the first thing that popped in my mind when this whole idea of Retro Resurrections, for me, is, so I doom scroll a lot. Like, I don't know how many TikToks a day I send you all, but I'm on TikTok a bunch, obviously. But TikTok shop, especially around the holidays, is just littered with these different emulation devices.
Wayne has one. Wayne bought one.
Did he really? Did he get one of the flipping ones, or is it just a straight flat one?
It looks like a Game Boy Color.
Okay, so it's got.
I'll call him right now. We'll ask him.
Well, I'm sure he would love to chime in on something at some capacity. But they're insane. I've seen some of those.
The ones that are like the only thing that I didn't like about his, so he bought it.
Did he buy it through TikTok?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember what the name
I bought one
of it
too,
is.
but the one I bought was a horizontal one.
Now it's bothering me because I don't remember the name of it. But you could, the cool thing about his was like it had all the games, like PS1, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. He was playing like Pokemon Emerald or something like that.
Yeah.
Like he was going through it with that. But the cool thing about his was it was super compact, like super compact. Like you could put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Only thing that I didn't like about it is the battery was not great on it, but it was expected.
Okay, see, the one I had, the battery life on it actually was pretty impressive. Now it was way smaller than I expected, so very compact, which was great, but it was uncomfortable.
No, his was fine. It literally felt like you were playing a Game Boy Color on it.
Really? See, that layout's pretty legit.
So the thing I liked about he bought it because he had a bunch of trips planned. He was going to like New York, and we were going to Vegas, and then he.
Is that when y'all went down to Dallas?
No, he did not have it when we drove to
Okay,
Dallas.
I didn't know y'all drove down there.
Yeah, we drove to Dallas,
Good
but we
lord.
played TFT the entire time
Oh,
on
that's
the way to
fair. Is that
Dallas
that
because
fight
Wayne.
that fight tactics
It's
thing?
the one that it's the auto
Yeah,
battler
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. I
But
gotcha.
the reason we played it on the way down is because Wayne had Wi-Fi in his car, so we could all hook our iPads up to
Oh,
it and just play on the way down. But
bougie.
the that's standard in almost every Chevy car now. Thank you very much.
Is it really?
Yeah,
The
I can get
Wi-Fi?
it on mine.
No kidding.
Hmm.
Yeah, that sounds bougie to me.
It's
But
expensive,
I
but
drive a
it's part of your.
yeah, but I drive a Prius,
Mhm.
so.
Um,
oh
um, but he bought it for plane flights because it was something that
yeah, you don't need the internet,
you don't need internet. You can't even connect to the internet.
right?
And his came with a way that you could buy it, if I remember right. You could add a memory card to it with extra
Yes.
games.
Well, that's the thing when you buy these things. I will say the way they're marketed on TikTok are horrible. They come with an SD card preloaded with a bunch of stuff, like already right out of the gate.
Yeah, that's what his was. I don't remember him adding anything.
Well, and mine ended up. I read everything online that said these things are great, but the SD cards they come with are really basic and they get bricked really easy. I did not listen to that, and mine's bricked. I'd have to.
But you probably only pay like $70 for it, right?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Like,
Yeah.
and honestly, I haven't.
Man, what did Wayne tell me he paid for his? Wayne's was like, I think Wayne's was like 80.
No, they're not that expensive. But the thing is, what I should have done, but I didn't do, is they say you should get a brand name SD card, load the.
I feel like he was talking about that too.
Yeah, load the operating system on it, and then you can put whatever ROMs you want. And look, I fully acknowledge emulation ROMs is a hot topic from a legality standpoint. I feel obligated to say we are not condoning or supporting any of these kind of things or whatever. It's just acknowledging the fact that these games, from Atari to NES to SNES to Sega Genesis,
Are still
64,
being played today.
are still being played today and being sought after
and even
on
like,
these devices.
Even not even just talking about the emulation devices. Like we were talking, I see. I know you have it on here, and we were talking about it a few minutes ago. The retro systems that they came out, like the mini systems that they came out with.
Oh yeah, like the NES.
Yeah. So fun story. A couple years ago, me and Becca probably have been together for a couple years when the PS1 one first came out.
Oh yeah, the mini.
I wanted it. It was $100. It's the only thing I told her I wanted because I didn't want her to spend a lot of money on me. Two, it was like it was kind of she could get it because at the time I believe I still worked at GameStop and my assistant was helping her out.
Yeah, and I remember they were hard. I mean,
they
of
were
them
hard to get
hard
when they first came
yeah.
out. Well, she ended up buying me one. Well, she bought it and I left it in the box for like a year afterwards.
Oh my gosh!
And then she came in one day and I was playing it, and she looked over and goes, "Did you finally open it?"
Oh my gosh,
I was like,
man!
Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, as far as all of them, so you had the NES first, then the SNES, then I think they did the Genesis.
The PS1 is the one I have,
and the PS1
it's sitting right there. Actually, see the controller sitting on top of.
Yep, I see it there. I think did they do an N64 one?
I don't remember them doing an N64.
I know
I would have bought the N64.
Well, yeah, and I know some outfit is coming out with like a 4K up converted emulation device or something. They're selling it for an outrageous price. But I remember when that NES came out, that was a huge deal. I waited in line at Target. The Target opened at 8:00.
$100 installed with all those games is insane.
I left. Well, I don't think the NES was 100. I think it came out at 60. I left work. I was working at the barge line, and they all like to give me shit about my nerdy hobbies all the time, and just typical industry. I went to work and then I left at 7:30 to go over to Target to get in line so I could get one. And I'll tell you what, those things were awesome. But the most annoying thing in the world, I don't know how the PlayStation one is. The NES cord was probably a foot and a half long.
That's how that is.
Super short.
It works out for me because I played it on that.
Oh yeah, so there you go.
Well,
so
not that desk, but I played it on my desk.
Yeah, but you're sitting right there.
So I'm sitting right there, but like I can't play it on that TV. Like I have to.
No, because you'd be
yeah.
But when those minis came back, I mean, again with the NES, the SNES, they're great for nostalgia purposes and things like that. But in the grand scheme, when you think about what games you got on there, like frankly, as much of a Sony fanboy as I am, the reason I didn't get the mini PlayStation, I can't remember what games are on there, but I remember looking, and one, it wasn't very many, and two, it wasn't like any staples at all. Like
this one, I believe, has Final Fantasy VII on it.
Oh well, all right, that's pretty much a staple then.
I'm pretty sure this one has. I remember seeing it.
Well, I remember
there was a couple of games on this one that was really that was really good.
It didn't have Metal Gear, and that's a huge problem for me. Like,
no, it didn't have
yeah,
Metal Gear.
if you're gonna do PlayStation and not have Metal Gear, it's a waste. But
it had Final Fantasy VII.
yeah, well, I'm sorry, Howie. Metal Gear's better than Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, I cannot wait for Scott to hear this.
I know. I did it just for his benefit, but Final Fantasy VII is okay. I mean, I was listening to One Wing Angel earlier, so there's a silver lining. But Metal Gear's better. But anyway, so the fact is, all these retro games, people are trying to access now. They've got these devices where you can have all these ROMs and stuff like that put on there. The other thing that I've noticed too is not super, super retro, even though by definition it is retro. I just refuse to acknowledge them as retro. But like DS and PSPs,
I don't think they're.
I don't consider.
I mean, they're considered. I guess in the eyes, they're retro. Right?
Yeah, I don't consider them retro. But when you look at the years in which they came out and all of that,
dude, that's when they first started like Pokemon games. I know I always refer to Pokemon games. But that's like when they first like I loved Red and Blue, but I want to say Black and White is the one that first did the experience share where you give it to the entire team.
Yeah, which
and it changed the way Pokemon's played now. They also did very well. Like even though they made the game like that, it still wasn't an easy game because you were dealing with yes, you influxed your levels, but they influx trainer levels.
Well, and I said it last week whenever we talked about Pokemon in Disc of the Day. If you want to reboot or bring back the old ones in a collection for the 30th anniversary, which I totally think they should, the one quality of life enhancement would be to add experience share.
Yeah.
And
could you imagine like a Scarlet Violet done like that art style, but doing Red and Blue in that art style?
I would support that. Again, I don't like the big open elements.
No. The same linear game,
but in that style,
within the art style. Like they don't change the gameplay.
That plays on the Switch too. Yes, I'd be okay with
that. That's what I'm
because
saying.
It played like trash on the first Switch.
Yeah,
but it has blown me away with DSs and PSPs how they have gone. Supply and demand. The prices of these.
We were just talking about that because you bought your Vita.
Yeah, well, I bought that Vita, and it was still like $200, something like that. But I think what surprised me more than anything was my niece gave me her 3DS XL, which I'm very thankful for. That same 3DS XL, if you go to eBay, people are selling those for $400 or $500 a piece.
I wonder how much my Majora's Mask one would be.
Dude, you probably need to look it up because I bet it's crazy.
I'm not going anywhere.
I will say it's making me feel kind of guilty that she gave me that 3DS XL. I guess I need to make it up to her somehow, but that's the thing. People are obviously playing their modern games and when games come out and all of that, but these retro games, whether they are true retro by our definition, NES, SNES, PS1, or retro by the world's definition, PS2 and handhelds, what are you looking at?
A sealed one is $875.
$875 for a sealed Majora's Mask. Is yours sealed?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say eBay.
I'm not getting rid of it.
No, that's a collector's.
They're selling $550.
And that's the thing.
The lowest one listed is $370.
That's insane.
But it's a Japanese version. It's a Japanese.
Yeah. System. Well, yeah, because they had region lock stuff back then. But it has kind of blown my mind, and obviously, game wise, the thing that is interesting for me, and the reason why I'm not that salty about my little emulation device not working, is I found out how to emulate on the Steam Deck. We've talked about
it.
And people who have Steam Decks or ROG Allies, which are basically PCs, like that's why when my little Ambernick, that's what the brand was.
That's
Ambernick.
what it is.
Is
that's
that what Wayne's has?
Yeah.
So when it died, I wasn't super salty because I just figured out how to emulate on the Steam Deck.
Well, your Steam Deck would make it even more.
And it up converts. Like I was literally playing Need for Speed Underground the other day. It did not feel like a PS2 game at all. The whole reason I booted it up was it opens up with the Lil Jon song and all that. That's like the vibe back then. But also I've been replaying like Legend of Legaia on PS1 and things like that. But
that's the game you told us about with Blockbuster.
It is where it had the one disc instead of two.
You cried.
I did cry. I was very upset. But even outside of games, like
music-wise,
like we talked about this with our physical and digital media. Music went from vinyl, then like cassettes, 8-track is somewhere in there,
so on and so forth.
Yeah, boomers don't come for me. But then we get to CDs. And then from a physical media standpoint, music has not transitioned from that. It went digital, went to MP3, etc., and now vinyls are making a comeback.
Well, I told you. Speaking of Pokemon, Chase and I went to a movie and
You're
it
welcome.
popped up
You're
and he
welcome.
showed it to me, and I bought it literally like 3 seconds after he showed it.
We were sitting in the theater before the trailers, and you were buying it.
And I bought it, and it showed up. It is the Red and Blue soundtrack on vinyl,
which is awesome. And I've mentioned it. Like, I'm fired up waiting for Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
I will say I feel like vinyl's more now. Like, obviously, like Taylor Swift is putting all hers out. Like, that's what.
Which she puts out 10 vinyls for one album.
That is one of the things my wife wanted for Christmas, and that is something that I bought her was a record player. It went to Chase's house, so she didn't know about it. But she we got her Taylor Swift and
and wasn't the Life of a Showgirl album the exact same color as the record player you got?
It was pink, the same way,
which is insane.
And then she got the soundtrack for Wicked.
Oh yeah, that's
both
right.
Wicked
she was
movies.
listening to that the other day.
She listens to them all the time.
Yeah.
So it's more like, but in our aspect, it's more game related that we're getting. Like, all yours, I think, are game related.
Yeah, I mean, no, I do have some music because I've got Linkin Park, I've got Aerosmith, I got K-pop Demon Hunters.
I didn't know you got K-pop.
Yes, I got Stranger Things season 4.
I'd have liked to have that.
And then I got the Hans Zimmer collection. But you're right. The driving force to me getting a record player was the Metal Gear soundtrack that I have.
Yeah, and that Expedition soundtrack's coming out.
That's coming out in February. I just started.
I was listening to. I was doing something the other day, and I was listening. I downloaded the Expedition soundtrack and was just letting it play.
It's so good.
Yeah,
there is. I will say, fun fact about game soundtracks and vinyl. I had no idea, and I'm actually kind of ashamed of this. So my Hans Zimmer vinyl that I got has, this is not written down here, this just now popped in my head, by the way. The Hans Zimmer vinyl that I have has, I guess he collaborated and did some of the music in, I think it was the Thin Red Line movie. So that's the first track. I put it on. It starts playing. I'm multitasking, cleaning my desk up or something like that. And the music is identical to the Metal Gear Solid theme, like criminally identical. I couldn't believe it, and I was like, "Why does it sound so similar?" The composer that worked with Hans Zimmer on that is Harry Gregson Williams that did the Metal Gear soundtrack.
I remember you telling me this.
It was, and I would have never found that out if I didn't have this on vinyl. And look, the convenience of digital. We talked about it a couple episodes ago. There is something really, really cool. Like, boomers had it right with vinyl. There is something really, really cool about listening to music.
I will say it did take me a minute to figure out the record player,
like how to use it. Oh yeah,
because I was putting it at the wrong spot, so the song wasn't working right.
Well, just think about how our parents were with digital stuff and everything.
Well, like I brought it up. I don't remember who I was talking to. Maybe me and you were talking about it. I was like, so if you didn't want to listen to X song, like, what did you do?
Yeah, I haven't figured that out. Like, I don't think there's a way to skip or anything. I think
now someone's going to know really well how to use record players, and we're going to get
someone's going to comment and be like, "Oh yeah, you just do this and this and this." In my mind,
I'd appreciate it because I want to know.
That is true. If there is a way to skip on vinyl, then let us know. Otherwise, maybe
I know you can obviously put
maybe that's a first word. Yeah, but I see. I'm super paranoid. I'm like gonna scratch it and break it.
Yeah, I literally put it at the very edge and just let it play.
Yes, I'm the same way. Like, I'm super nervous that I'm gonna like chip it away or break it.
But like, there's a couple songs like on the Pokemon one, like the Elite Four soundtrack. Oh, it's fantastic.
Well, in some of them, was the Pokemon one? Was it designed at all, or was it just red?
It is just red. It's so it has a picture like in the middle, of course.
Yeah.
But see, when we first looked at it, if you remember it, one side was red, one side was blue.
You're right.
But this one was just red.
See, because I do feel there are some that the design on the actual vinyl, like, I feel that if
Mando's is like that. The Mandalorian one is like that, where it's the front side is all Grogu.
Okay.
It's Grogu and Mando, and the back side is literally just his helmet.
Yeah. See, so I feel if you could afford it, like buying two of them, one to listen to and then one to take out of the sleeve and like mount on a wall would be really cool, because some of them are designed really cool. But the other bit that I have here kind of written down that I completely skipped over before I leave the retro game aspect. There have been a lot of games recently coming out by the same developer. Did you play Shredder's Revenge, the TMNT game?
No, I downloaded it and never ended up playing it.
So Shredder's Revenge, it's amazing. Side scroller, beat 'em up.
It's like the old arcade
like
game,
Turtles in
isn't it?
Time kind of thing. It's an amazing game. That same developer did the Power Rangers Reader's Rewind game that I told you about. So these games are all your 2D side-scrolling beat 'em ups.
Mhm.
What cracks me up, so again with this whole resurrection, they have a filter built into the display settings to make your TV look like a retro CRT TV with the static lines and all that. I don't like playing with it. I love nostalgia. Obviously, we're doing this podcast. We talk about all things nostalgia related. No, I very much like my high definition 4K TVs. I don't want to go back to the static and
I didn't
stuff.
know that was in there.
Oh yeah. All of them have that. Which like I said, the Shredder's Revenge has it for sure.
Well,
Rita's has it. I'm pretty sure Scott Pilgrim has it. I mean, it wasn't made by the same developer, but all
I know
those style games.
I
have
know
it.
some of the newer games, like for instance, I know I've talked about this a lot on this podcast, but Yote has a literal setting to make it black and white.
Yes.
So did Ghost Tsushima.
Yep.
Where you could play the entire game in the old Japanese art style, black and white art style.
I will say when games do that, like what Yote did, and yeah, frankly, what these
Still should have won awards.
Agreed. But frankly, what these retro games do, it adds a different vibe and a different aesthetic.
Yeah.
I mean, where it's almost like playing two different games,
Yeah.
And I said this once already, but when you think of retro, like we're talking retro resurrections. When I say retro, what generation do you think is the most recent thing to be retro?
The most recent thing to be retro? That's a hard question. Because to me, when you say retro, I go straight to Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, Game Boy Color.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
where I go.
No, me too.
Like PS1.
I will put, that's the generation. PS1, N64, that is where...
I don't even put GameCube in retro, but it is, technically.
No, that's the thing. For me, PS1, N64, that right there is where I stop at retro. PS2, GameCube, Xbox, Dreamcast, that era forward, I refuse to acknowledge that.
Technically, it is. I'm not going to argue that, but
I know.
I agree with you. I don't.
Well, and I've been seeing a whole lot of content here recently of people talking about retro games, and then they name off a PS2 game. Like I saw a TikTok the other day of someone talking about, I was playing this retro game, Kingdom Hearts, and I just wanted to cry.
Oh,
I played. You held your chest. That's exactly what I did.
Oh, I was playing because you can play it on PS5. I have a PS4 physical copy of the game.
Oh yeah, they did those remasters, and
I have it, and you can play it on.
Well, exactly. Well, and that's the thing. So, and that's what a lot of people are saying is it's if
That hurts a little bit.
And frankly, that's what bothers me. So people will say, well, if something is retro, then then it gets remade or it gets rebooted or something like that. Here's the problem I have with that statement. We have remakes and reboots of The Last of Us. That is the PS3. The PS3 is not retro, but someone legitimately have said if a game's getting rebooted or remastered, then it's considered retro.
Do you know a game I really want rebooted? And I'm going to say this, and I don't even know if you're going to know.
I'm nervous now.
Did you ever play the PS2 game Bouncer?
Oh, I love the Bouncer.
The game was fantastic. You could play it because you could play as either one of the characters. You could have the game beat in 8 hours. So
easy, less than that.
I'm just giving a you could probably have it beat in 5 or 6,
dude.
But it was really short, but it was fun because you could just each time you played it, you play as a different character and it made different things.
Well, that. So I guess I don't know this. I'd have to Google it, but Sora's outfit has to be inspired by whatever the main character's name was in the Bouncer. I can't remember that character's name, but think about the chains and all
Who
that.
Who originally made that game?
It was Square.
Was it Square Enix?
It was. Well, I think they were still SquareSoft at the time. I don't know if they were Square Enix yet. But dude, no, that is a great take.
I loved that game.
Those games, because that was the same genre.
It is by Square.
Yeah, Square
and Dream Factory.
Yeah. Yeah, so they must have, because I feel like they went from SquareSoft.
Talking about that guy right there.
Yeah, does it say what his name is?
No. I wish
But
Scott was here. Scott would give it to us.
dude, he's going to be listening to this and be like, "You all are dumb for not knowing this." But he's a Square, like where I'm a Sony fanboy, he is a Square fanboy. So I completely forgot, and I feel like he is going to come for us on this, but we completely forgot to mention on the episode that came out on January 6th that it was his birthday. So even though this has now been a couple weeks, happy belated birthday to Howie, by the way. Metal Gear's still better than Final Fantasy. But anyway, so I will say that is a great take. For me, when I think of
Scion,
how does he spell it? Like the car?
Scion.
Oh, like the car. That's weird.
Volt, Coup, and Scion.
Yeah, okay. Because Volt was the guy with the horns.
Because remember, each one of them, you played a little differently with each one.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Coup was like super fast.
Yeah. Volt was just, I'm going to beat everybody up.
Big beater. That's the people I played as. But that was the same genre. Did you ever play Fighting Force on PS1?
Mm-mm.
Like, it was that same, you pick a particular character, you go into different segments and fight.
Bouncer was a fantastic game, man.
Bouncer would be great to be remade. Yeah. Like, for me, when I immediately... Well...
So, speaking of that, like, so one of the notes you have on here talking about, are old games good or do they just get us in the feels?
Yeah.
That is specifically a good game.
Yeah, and I feel I played it, so with the emulation on my Steam Deck, I have the Bouncer on my Steam Deck, by the way. So
it's a game you can literally just play.
Yeah, it holds up pretty good. The mechanics are still pretty solid. The controls feel pretty good. The story's typical and fine. I think it still holds up. I definitely do think, and look, I did a TikTok reaction a couple weeks ago to someone that was referring to generational brainwashing, saying that
Metal Gear or something, right?
Yeah, it was saying that Unk gamers, I will say I took that as a compliment, but Unk gamers are like watering down the minds of younger gamers because we rave and get excited about old games, but they're really not that good. And
I don't think that. So you mean to tell me that Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, one of the best games of all time, is not a good game? The game is fantastic.
That's the argument this person was making. And look, and I said it on there, everyone's entitled to their opinion, even if it's the wrong opinion. But
we said it a lot on this podcast.
I do say it a lot. And I don't say it to be a jerk by any means. But I will say, you want to see the Bouncer remade? For me, I think it's pretty obvious what I want to see remade, and it is Metal Gear Solid. Like, the first one. Like, I know we just got Delta, which was Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater remade, which is phenomenal for the record, and it is a frame for frame, and that is where I think a lot of the remakes, remasters, reboots, I could not tell you the difference. Like, I know there is a very specific explanation somewhere on Google right now that explains what a remake is, what a remaster is, and what a reboot is. I don't want to get into the weeds on that, but for me, that is where I think a lot of these screw up, where like they just try and do something just so inherently different that they end up screwing it up.
Wayne made that comment on the LAN parties one about when we talked a little bit about remakes and stuff like that. And it's the thing about it is, there are games that don't need to be changed, because we were talking. That's what it was. We were talking about Ocarina of Time being made, without like in newer graphics, but with no new mechanics. The same exact game.
Yeah, like improve mechanics from a quality of life perspective, but don't bring in the
breaking weapons,
weapons and shit. Yes, and look, oh gosh, Howie, don't kill me. But like with Final Fantasy VII, with the remake, with the Rebirth, with all of that. Now look, those games are great. I still need to beat Rebirth. I can hear him yelling at me right now. I need to finish Rebirth. However, I feel that if Final Fantasy VII had been remade exactly as it existed on PS1, turn-based combat and all, but with modern-day graphics, I feel it probably would have done just as well as Rebirth and Remake have done, but it would have been solely for fan service.
You all know this. Like, I don't watch, or I haven't played Final Fantasy VII, because like I played some of the Final Fantasies, but I haven't played all of them. I've made that clear multiple times. Like I played Final Fantasy 14 because Scott talked me into playing it.
Yeah.
Only reason I played it. So with that, Final Fantasy VII, the remake and whatnot, it's literally the story just redone in a different way, right?
Yeah, so it's the same story, but it's a little different, and there's definitely some differences. Howie would have to be the one that really get into the weeds on it. but the gameplay, it's not turn based like it was back in the day. The thing is, if they remake,
I think that's something I think Final Fantasy got away from that I
well,
loved.
and
That's why I loved Expedition so
yeah,
much.
well, that's the thing. If they remade it and it was still turn based, I think it would have done well, but it would have been solely fan service. By them making it more action related, it was able to appeal to a different demographic because, unfortunately, until Expedition 33 came out, there were people who would not touch turn based with a 10-foot pole. My buddy Brian is a prime example. Like he is not a turn based guy. I turned him on to Expedition 33, and he is now open to exploring turn based games, which I
Have him
have.
go play South Park.
Well, I have. That's actually, I did not think about that.
Turn based.
That's a good call. I didn't think about that. No, I actually told him one of the best ones probably to try that, because I didn't want to go
South Park's short too.
Well, and I didn't want to go super old. But I told him Final Fantasy X, would be a good.
It's remade too. You can get it.
It's on Steam. Yeah.
Well, no, it's a Switch. You can get it on the Switch.
Oh, it is on the Switch.
I have it on the Switch.
But I told him that one. I told him a bunch of other ones too, like the Lunar games and some of the OG Final Fantasies. But the thing is that there's so many that are being
just
rebooted and remastered in general.
I'm gonna say this, and I know
right,
we've made this comment. I don't remember if it's confirmed or if it was a leak. The Final Fantasy IX remaster.
So Howie said it's confirmed. I don't think it's confirmed. What is confirmed is that they're apparently doing like an anime that's coming back for the anniversary. I think it's this year. People suspect that a remake is going to be announced in conjunction.
But is it going to be like 7's remake, or is it going to be a true Final Fantasy IX remake, which is what we were just talking about?
And that's what I don't know, and I'm very curious of. I love 9. 9 is my favorite of the OGs. 16 is my favorite of the new gen. I know that's a hot take because people don't consider it an RPG, but 16 was amazing. But I would love a 9 remake. So
a true remake.
Yes,
true remake.
Yeah. And that's, as far as Metal Gear goes, like that's why I think Delta was so good, is it was a frame for frame, no change, and it was great to play. I enjoyed it. I reminisced. Now, Snake Eater wasn't my favorite, which is why I would love a Final Fantasy IX remake, but the first Metal Gear Solid on PS1, I want a remake of. I know they did the
But you want a frame by frame, like you were saying with
yes,
Delta.
And frankly, I would be okay with, because apparently the reason Snake Eater was so easy to adapt was because they were able just to take like the PS2 code and like up convert or something. I'd be fine with them doing Twin Snakes. I know it's a hot take that people said that the Twin Snakes did too much with the really gaudy cutscenes and stuff, but Kojima wanted that in there. So I'd be fine with the Twin Snakes, but that's the remake that I'd want to see. And the thing is, like,
I mean, ultimately, like, Bouncer, just like I say that, but it's because it's a game that like I legitimately remember playing. Like I love that.
I'm
game.
fairly certain that was a PS2 launch title. And you know what just reminded me of that? So first off, I'm pretty sure it's PS2 launch title. Do you also remember that the early PS2 games, the backs of them were blue?
Yeah.
And
Bouncer was blue.
I don't remember. Yeah, that's what made me remember it, is the Bouncer was blue. I don't know why they were blue and then they weren't blue.
Because we got it. We rented it when we were talking about rentals and stuff like that.
Yeah,
we rented it and played through it, and we were like, wait, we actually beat this game. Like, me and Wayne both beat it.
We were able to beat it before it had to go back.
It was a short game.
Yeah.
And then we played it again whenever we would hang out with Scott.
Yeah, and I feel like it had unlockables, like costumes and all that stuff. Yeah. Man,
but it was a short game, but it was a short game that was actually, you play it 3 different times.
I feel like I'm gonna
play it 3 different ways.
Assuming I don't need to spend 6 hours doing updates because I haven't turned my Steam Deck on in like 2 months. I feel like I'm gonna go home and try and boot up the Bouncer and play it tonight because of this conversation. Like, I forgot all about that game.
Game is fantastic.
That is.
I have some takes sometimes.
That's a fair assessment, and that is a very, very good one. The other thing, when we talk about remakes, remasters, reboots, we've talked about games, we've talked about music resurgence with vinyl and everything else, but and I don't even think it popped up whenever I was making notes leading up to this, but movies and TV shows. Like, I feel, I have said this 1,000 times, mob mentality sucks. Like, a massive amount of people hate something, so everyone hates it. And you hear all the time, they need to stop remaking stuff. They need to stop rebooting stuff.
There's some that I think do not need to.
I do agree. There's some that shouldn't be touched.
Like, I don't think they should be redoing Harry Potter the way they're
Yes, I agree. I can feel the cringe on Laura's neck as she's listening to this. Laura's a huge Potterhead.
I mean, I love Harry Potter.
Yeah. Oh no, Harry Potter. I
read
love
all the books, seen all the movies,
and
I want to go watch Curse Child on Broadway. Like, there's a lot that I want.
Well,
I just don't understand it.
Well, here's the thing. I think the reason that everyone, myself included, I'm skeptical. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I think the reason why we're really salty about Harry Potter, I don't think that there is anything I can think of off the top of my head from our childhood that has been rebooted yet, and that's the first one. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this Harry Potter TV show, reboot, is the first thing we grew up with that is being rebooted. Like, we've received plenty of reboots, remasters, etc. from our parents' era, but I think this is the first thing that we grew up with that is being rebooted. And I think that's why there's a lot of contention around it. And I don't disagree, like I said, but I'm cautiously optimistic.
But the thing is, like, if you were to reboot, like, restart, I'm trying to think of a good thing of what I'm thinking of. There are things that need to be rebooted.
Yeah.
That, man, I would watch that again if they redo it. Harry Potter's not one of them.
No, I agree. Like,
now, if they redo it and they add stuff from the books that was not in the original movies, that's cool. Like, there's a huge key part. I mean, I don't know.
It's been long enough. You're not going to
spoil this isn't going to be a spoiler thing. But if you read the books, Peeves isn't in the movies at all, and he's a huge part in the first 2 or 3 books.
See, I didn't read the books. I have no idea who that is.
So Peeves, he's a poltergeist, and he literally does things. Like, he messes with Harry and them. Like, he does all kinds of stuff. And you never see him in the movie.
Well, and I will say, the fact that they're rebooting it as a TV show, so each book's getting a season, I think that will probably lead to some success.
I'm still going to watch it. Yeah. I'm still going to watch it. But I think that if they're going to redo it, I will agree with what you were saying, because, like, I will always see Harry as Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, yeah.
I will always see Ron as Rupert Grint. I will always see Hermione as Emma Watson. Like,
yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I do think that there are some things that shouldn't be touched, and I would have thought Harry Potter probably would have been one of them, but shouldn't be foolish enough to know that, I mean, anything makes money, they're going to try and make money off of it. But,
well, and like I said, I can see them doing it, and if they're going to add things that were missing that are probable key points, like I said, Peeves was a big part of at least the first 2 I know.
I definitely think that's going to happen with Harry Potter. But I will say some of the movie reboots and remakes here lately have been making me very salty and very nervous. Like, I have not watched the remake of Roadhouse. Like, Roadhouse with Patrick.
It wasn't bad.
Was it?
It wasn't bad.
But see, with Patrick
but I
Swayze and Sam Elliott.
I like Conor McGregor.
The OG was amazing. And when I saw the trailer for the reboot, I was like, what are you talking about?
There was
Now, I do want to see the Running Man remake. That was that one with Glenn Powell that came out that we didn't.
I didn't know it was a remake.
Yeah, it was a Schwarzenegger movie.
Well, I was gonna say that there's another Schwarzenegger movie that they redid not too long ago. The Protocol, something Protocol.
No, that was Running Man that just got redone. No, you're right. There might have been something else that had been redone, but they keep rebooting everything.
Which I don't know if it's because like they're having problems coming up with new ideas, or they know that these are successes, so just play off this.
Well, and that's exactly the thing. Like, the people who knock, like, hey, come up with original ideas, stop remaking and rebooting stuff. Like, that's, to me, is that mob mentality. Because for me, it's like, go ahead. Like, it obviously was successful.
Yeah, and I'm not going to deny that.
If they do it true, like, I will say, there have been remakes and reboots that are really bad.
Name one that you can't think of off top of your head that you were like, hey, you probably shouldn't have redid that.
Roadhouse, honestly, is one of those. Like,
I'm saying that you've seen both, because, like,
I
think you need to watch Roadhouse first before you give it. Roadhouse, I promise you, Roadhouse is not as bad as you think it would be.
Yeah, I mean, well, and the thing is, it's really hard because I enjoy everything at some capacity, you know. And that's the thing for me. Actually, no, I got one. I loved the Mila Jovovich Resident Evil movies. one of the like 5 movies that I absolutely positively hate, that like I have made a point to go to social media and vent about how horrible they were, was the most recent live action Resident Evil movie.
Because she wasn't in it.
It had nothing to do with her being in it. The movie was just trash, like
Yeah.
complete and utter trash.
Okay.
They should not have touched it with a 10-foot pole.
So, and I'm going to give Harry Potter the benefit of the doubt. I'm just saying, like, it is one that, in my opinion, didn't really need to be touched.
Yeah.
Like, there are some that I just feel like.
I will say, for recent memory, a movie that has not been remade, that has not been rebooted, that I hope to God they never, ever, ever, ever touch is Back to the Future. Like, to me...
Yeah, you can't... I could see that.
Now, I don't think it should ever be touched. The problem is, our generation is so nostalgic, and Back to the Future came out in the 80s and went back to, what, the 50s? It inevitably will be a great idea.
Well, I remember
for them to have it based in this time and going back to like the 90s or the 80s. Like,
well, if I remember right, what was it the second one where they went to the future? Like they genuinely went to the future.
I think that was the second.
Because remember they had the shoes.
Yes,
and the
hoverboard and all that. Yeah,
and it was like 2000.
I think it was like 2025.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like last year or something like that. Wasn't it?
But I don't think that it should ever be touched. But I also think that it's too obvious that it would be successful. But there would be purists that don't want it touched, you know. And that's the thing. I don't like to follow the hate mob mentality.
Could you imagine them rebooting something that Wayne's passionate about?
Oh my gosh. I don't know of anything.
Wayne, shout out to you. Yeah. I know you're going to listen to it.
Like, what's his favorite movie of all time?
I don't know, because I really don't know. Now he watches a ton of like horror movies. So
okay. Well, yeah, but I can only imagine if they were to take something that he was like super passionate about and then be like, "Hey, we're coming out with a new one," and the cast being all
just like
up.
What a lot of people, I know we kind of made a comment talking about movies and stuff that we really liked and things like that. One of my favorite movies of all time is Top Gun.
Like, oh yeah.
Chase knows this. I mean, my son's name is Maverick. So.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna.
And see, that's not. And I will say, I am completely okay with legacy sequels like that.
Well, that was the longest in between, and I'm not gonna lie.
And
did I go watch Top Gun when it came out? Did I go watch Top Gun Maverick when it came out? 100%. We were there. Did I think the movie was going to be good? No. That movie was fantastic.
Oh, and
it was great.
And the fact that was the movie post-COVID that got everybody back in the theaters, like, I'm okay with legacy sequels like that. Like a true sequel, like true to the kind of original and all of that. Not a... I feel like there's something else recently where they've done. Oh, Happy Gilmore 2.
I thought Happy Gilmore was fantastic.
Gilmore 2 was awesome. I mean, completely different from Top Gun, but same concept. Like, it was a sequel to
the
movie.
And I liked that it, like you said, it is a sequel to the movie that they don't try to, like...
And it wasn't a recast situation.
It wasn't. Like, like, Adam Sandler made it known, like, I'm using a lot of the old cast, and he did.
Yeah, he did.
Like...
Well, and did you know that I think it starts filming this year, but they're doing a sequel to the Ocean's movies with Clooney back, Pitt back, cool. Matt Damon back.
Yeah, because the last one was a full female.
Yes,
Ocean's,
that was
right?
Ocean's 8.
I don't remember the numbers. So
it was. Well, they had 11, 12, and 13 with Clooney, Pitt, Damon, all that, and then they had Ocean's 8 that had like Sandra Bullock and stuff like that. But they're bringing that back now. That's a legacy sequel,
What do you think about Ghostbusters when they redid it, though?
Which one are you talking
about? The not the one with. It's the
Melissa
one with
McCarthy
the guy.
And all that
Yeah,
stuff.
it's the guy. One with
the guy from Stranger Things.
Yes,
Stranger
and
Things,
Paul Rudd.
Those were really good.
I just watched the second one of those not that long ago.
Really good.
The Frozen Empire.
Yeah,
really liked it.
And see,
really good, really good movie.
And that's the thing. People like us thrive on nostalgia. So the fact that movies, games, and all these people want to look at these old things and redo them, of course they're going to be successful. Of course they're going to make money, as long as they are respectful about it.
Yeah, like they reference the old movies. They show the old movies. Like these, they have the cast of the old movies. Like that's the big thing. I think that's why Happy Gilmore did so well with it, is because it was he put the entire old cast in it pretty much.
Yeah.
Shooter was in it.
Literally everyone was in there.
Literally
Eminem
everyone
had a cameo as the one dude haggling.
The son.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that was really funny.
Yeah.
Um,
And I don't know if you know that, but know who his kids were. Do you know who they were? Like their actors? I don't know all of them. Well, the one was his actual daughter.
Adam Sandler's kid. Oh, being in the movie.
Yeah, like his actual, like his 4 kids. No,
Yeah,
no,
they
like
were-
when they were growing up. Do you know who they are?
No.
So the oldest one is MJF. MJF is the world champion for AEW wrestling.
I did not know that.
The
Is it Adam Sandler's kids
the one's not his actual kids, but it's his kids that
in
play.
the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the 4 boys.
Yeah.
I don't know all of them, but one of them is Carl from Shameless.
Okay. Yep.
So, and then the girl was his daughter.
His actual daughter.
Yeah, his actual daughter.
Yeah, and his wife
was the teacher at the beginning.
Right. Yes. I knew she was in the movie.
So I didn't know this. Becca had to tell me this, but every one of his movies now has a cameo of his wife or his daughters.
Yes. Now I did know that. Which old Adam Sandler, like I do not think
I like his new movie.
Well, I will say I don't think talking about movies that shouldn't be touched. Legacy sequels I'm okay with, but they should not touch. From a remake perspective, there are 2 people they should not touch at all. OG Sandler, so no remakes or anything.
Mr. Deeds,
of Mr.
Billy
Deeds,
Madison.
Billy Madison, any of those. Legacy sequels I'm fine with. But Jim Carrey. I never want to see a remake of Ace Ventura. I never want to see a remake of Liar Liar. Never want to see a remake of The Mask. Like, those should not be touched, in my mind.
Dude, I don't know if you could remake The Mask. Like, if you tried to remake The Mask.
They tried to do that sequel that was terrible. From what I haven't seen it, but from what I've heard, it was awful.
Well, I'm surprised you haven't seen that one. You watch pretty much everything.
Yeah, I know. I don't keep up with things.
This is one of those rabbit holes we talked about.
Exactly. That being said, about rabbit holes, we do need to go ahead. We're going to wrap up our story mode today around retro resurrections. We want to go ahead and jump into our side quests first with Now Loading. So Now Loading today, so this is our segment where we do games or social media trends or whatever that I have somehow found a way to screw up every time. But this one is really, really easy. So
he says it's easy because I'm just guessing. He literally has no take on it.
Exactly. So basically, I am going to ask Austin to try and guess. So I have a list through IMDb of the top 10 story games of all time. And Austin's going to try and guess the top 10.
Now, I probably won't, as I've referenced multiple times in this, I am a big multiplayer guy.
This is exactly why I picked this for him.
So probably not going to do the best. But I can take a guess.
Yeah, and there's not, it's just one of those. We're
just going to see if I can get some of them.
Exactly.
If I can get half of them, I'll be happy. Actually,
that's a fair.
So, all right, you ready?
But then we're gonna pivot after that, and Austin's gonna ask me to guess the best-selling video games of all time.
If he would have asked me the best-selling video games, I probably could have got 6 or 7.
And that's the thing. So I purposely flipped these. But let me pull up our list. So again, this is the top 10 story games of all time according to.
Now, I'm not going to give them any order. I'm just going to guess one of the 10.
That's fine, and I'll tell you. And if you get it,
you
I'll
just
tell
say,
you which
okay,
number.
yeah, it's number.
Yep. All right. So top 10 story games of all time. What do you got?
Final Fantasy 7.
So Final Fantasy 7 is not in the top 10.
What list did you get?
Heck, I don't even see it in top 20. I'm not going to keep scrolling, but it's not in the top 10.
All right. What about?
You haven't even played Final Fantasy 7. Did you say that for Howie's sake? Is that why you said that?
Well, no, but I know it's one of the most.
It is great. It's very influential. Yeah.
Ocarina of Time is probably on there.
Ocarina of Time, number 7. So good call.
I think GTA 5 is probably going to be on there.
Also good. GTA 5 is number 8.
Okay.
It's pretty good. You got 2 of them so far.
I really thought Final Fantasy 7 was on. Is 10 on there? Final Fantasy 10?
No. And I will tell you, there is no Final Fantasy in the top 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how you actually do that,
yeah.
To be honest with you.
No, and you know what? Just out of curiosity, I don't see any Final Fantasy until, goodness gracious, we're going to keep on trucking. Man, I don't see any Final Fantasy. I'm at 50.
Okay. Yeah, well, we're just going to go back to the top 10.
Oh, goodness.
Is Expedition on the list yet?
No, not yet. It will be.
Probably, yeah. Because there's literally no time frame of these, right? Like they could be however. Is Majora's Mask on it, or is it Ocarina of Time the only one?
Just Ocarina of Time.
Unfortunate. Which, believe it or not, I really like Majora's Mask.
I know. When you said you had that Majora's Mask 3DS, that kind of threw me off.
I was a big Majora's Mask fan. That's one of the reasons I want to get the online where you can play the 64 on your Switch because Majora's Mask.
And you need to, yeah. I will say I know that you've played some of these, maybe not all of them, but
is Tsushima on there?
No, Tsushima's not on here.
Is God of War on there? We'll do God of War
2018.
Yeah,
God of War 2018 is
that's because Ragnarok's the second one.
Yes, that's
is Ragnarok on there?
Ragnarok is not on the list,
so it's just the first one.
Yeah,
Last of Us.
That was number 4, by the way.
Last of Us is probably on there.
Last of Us is number 1.
I could get it,
which I do support,
but I really don't know how one of the either 7 or 10.
Yeah, I am surprised that none of the Final
7 or
Fantasies
10 should be on there.
Yeah.
So I told you I wanted 5. I've got 4. So.
Hey, yeah, you got The Last of Us. You got God of War.
You know what? I wonder if is Pokemon on there.
Pokemon's not on here. Story game.
There's still
Pokemon are enjoyable games, but they don't have story. Come on now.
There is. You're trying to take down Team Rocket.
I'm really upset you haven't gotten one of these.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear Solid is number 10 on the list.
Is it original Metal Gear?
It is, yeah. On the PS. Well, no, the original Metal Gear was on the MSX, which is Super OG. We're talking Metal Gear Solid on the PS1. Number 10.
Metal Gear Solid. So it was number 2.
Number 10. I'm not happy about how far it was, but
I've gotten 5 though.
Yeah, you've done good.
You know, man, it's got me really been in a shade that Final Fantasy's not on that. To be honest with you,
I will say number 2 and number 3. I'll give you a hint. Are like the last generation. Like they're fairly recent games.
Like as in PS4.
Yeah.
Is Infamous on the list?
No. Man, Infamous is a great game.
Fantastic game.
You know what? I want a remake of Infamous.
I like Second Son on the PS4.
Second Son's great, but I want a remake.
I have it platinum.
Of course you do.
I think I have it platinum.
It's
I think
a great
it's one
game.
of them. I wonder, is Spider-Man on there?
Spider-Man's on the list, not in top 10 though. I scrolled by it. Spider-Man was 18. You may give you a hint on one? You got another Rockstar game.
Oh, Red Dead.
Which one?
Redemption. Is it the second one?
Yes. Red Dead Redemption 2 is number 2 on the list.
I honestly would have thought it was because I feel like the first one got a lot of traction. Man.
It did, but did you play and beat 2?
I can't remember.
Man, Red Dead Redemption 2 was...
Well, just like the original one of those, Red Dead Revolver, fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Then those sequels were okay.
So which ones am I missing? Because I have 1, 2...
Yeah, you've got 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, and 10. So, 1 is a PlayStation. You got another PlayStation exclusive.
What am I missing? That was PlayStation exclusive last gen. Is Kingdom Hearts on there?
No, Kingdom Hearts was further down.
That's another one I'm surprised isn't on the top.
It was like 40
story.
or something.
Still a really good story.
But no, you got a Sony exclusive that has 4 games in it. Technically 5, but from the last generation. Come on, man.
Again, multiplayer.
The male Lara Croft.
Oh, Uncharted.
Uncharted 4. A Thief's
That wasn't last generation. It was 2 generations ago.
No, it wasn't. 2016 was... Oh, crap. I guess it was. No, PS5 came out in 2020. So that was last generation.
Yeah, because it was technically
Yeah,
PS4,
all right. Don't make me feel older than I already am. But yeah, Uncharted 4 is
but all
9.
of them were PS3 except for...
Yeah, no.
So no, they were. They were remade on the PS4, but all of them were originally on PS3.
Uncharted 4 came out in
4 is the only one that isn't.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying 4 is
4
the
specifically.
Okay.
Yes. Uncharted 4 specifically.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Uncharted, because that is a game that I will say is very good about playing the storyline through all of them.
100%.
Like you have to play the other ones.
Yes.
Number
3, I'm going to start giving you really obvious hints now. Number 3 is made by the same people that made Cyberpunk.
I don't remember the company.
Henry Cavill was in the TV show.
Oh, is it Witcher?
The Witcher 3.
I get it. I can get that.
The Witcher 3 is number 3, which I just played that for the first time last year. It was very
so we're missing. So
now you're just missing 5 and 6.
9.
No, 5 and 6. You got 9. That was Uncharted.
Are they exclusives?
I don't think you'll get 5 and 6.
Just tell me what they
6
are.
wasn't.
I got 5, which is I got 5 of the answers.
That is true. So number 5 was Mass Effect 2.
I can get that. I can get behind that. And I played the first Mass Effect more.
Well, I will say Mass Effect 2 is the best of the series.
Which one? Andromeda I played a little bit because you could play multiplayer.
Yeah, I will say, I know you're getting on a single player kick these days. At some point, you do need to revisit Mass Effect. And your stuff carries over from 1 to 2 to 3, and they have that Legendary Collection on PS Plus. So you need to play those.
Okay.
And then number 6.
Is it Dead Space?
No. What is your favorite thing of all time?
Star Wars? Is it Force Unleashed?
KOTOR. Knights of the Old
I
Republic
could get that.
on
We've
the
just
Xbox.
talked about that. Yeah.
So,
Well, but I honestly I guess that makes sense of being on the list though.
yeah.
Well, I kind of got this when there was a couple of them that I didn't want to go that route because of it. Because like I said, I don't know how 7's not on the list. I figured 7 would be on the list.
Well, and I went with IMDb as far as the list because they do movies and stuff. So you did good. You got 5 of them.
So mine, just so you know, you're gonna have to because I have to scroll. You didn't give me a list like yours was.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So I screwed something up. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Despite me
so
trying not to
top 10 best-selling video games of all time.
Okay. So best-selling video games of all time. I don't know if it's singular games or series.
It is singular games.
Okay. So we'll go.
You give me a guess. I will tell you if it's on the list, and then I even have the link you gave me even tells me the number and how many units were sold.
Oh, perfect. All right. Well, let's go to the obvious route first. GTA 5.
That is number 3 with 200 million.
Number 3. Good Lord. Okay. We'll go Super Mario Brothers.
Nope.
No Mario at all?
I didn't say that.
Okay, wait a minute. So Super Mario 64.
Nope.
Good Lord. Okay. Ooh. Tetris. I feel like I saw a TikTok
number
of that.
1.
Okay.
At 520 million.
I feel like I saw a TikTok talking about that movie that I need to watch, by the way, with Taron Egerton.
The movie's fantastic.
Yeah, I need to watch it. Okay, so Tetris, GTA 5, but no Mario. That's insane.
No. I didn't say that.
Okay. Super Mario 3. Okay, so there's obviously a Mario game on there. Mario Kart.
Which one?
Double Dash. Oh, Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe
as
number 6 at 70.43 million.
Okay, all right. So I got Tetris, I got GTA, I got Mario Kart.
So you're missing number 2.
Number 2 on the list.
Number 4. Number 5. I don't think you'll get number 5. Number 7. Number 8, 9, and 10.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
There's no Call of Duty on the list.
No Call of Duty on the list. Okay. Wii Sports.
That is on the list.
Oh,
that is number 4 at 82.9 million.
Okay, all right. So let's see. I really am shocked.
Number 2 might be one of the most popular games to this day of all time.
To this day? World of Warcraft?
No.
I don't think it's very popular these days, but
I don't know if the company makes another game.
Oh my God, Minecraft.
Minecraft is number 2 at 300 million copies.
Okay, fair enough. Well, the game's, I was going to say Fortnite, but the game's free to play, so that's obviously not it.
So you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, which you gave me hints, so I'm kind of giving you hints.
Yeah, no, I support that.
6, so you're missing 7, 8, 9, and 10.
I will say I'm very surprised. Is Halo on the list?
No. There's a game that if you don't get, we have a friend that is going to murder you.
Final Fantasy VII.
Not that friend.
Gears of War.
Not that friend.
Oh, goodness gracious.
He's not been on the podcast.
Who's going to kill me for not knowing this? That's very depressing. Elder Scrolls. So you're talking about Rob, aren't you? Is it Skyrim?
Skyrim's number 8 at 60 million copies.
That checks out. It's come out 40 times on 20 different consoles. So, okay. All right. So
I don't know if you'll get number 9.
Yeah. Some of these are getting a little more obscure than I expected.
Elder Scrolls. You can't say Elder Scrolls is obscure.
No, Elder Scrolls.
Well, I mean, the only ones you're missing, you genuinely, I don't think you'll get number 5. Like, I'm being serious. I don't think you'll get it.
Man, give me a hint, like a very subtle hint on 5.
Battle Royale.
A battle royale that's not free to play. Now that's interesting.
There's one.
Is it PUBG?
PUBG is number 5 at 75 million copies.
That's actually surprising.
No, because what happened, I think I know why.
Because of mobile, maybe?
Well, because of mobile, but it also, when Ninja got real popular, it was because of this game. Like on Twitch.
Okay. All right, I got you. Man, I'm really shocked that a COD's not on there.
It's not. So you're missing 7, 9, and 10.
7, 9, and 10. Okay, give me some hints.
2 of the 3 were on my list.
2 of the 3 were on your list. Okay. God of War.
No.
I guess I should think of the list at the very top. The Last of Us.
No.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is number 7 at 64 million copies.
Okay.
And honestly, number 9, I don't know how to explain it to you.
The Witcher 3?
Witcher 3 is on it. Witcher 3 is number 10 at 50 million.
All right, you got to just tell me number 9.
I genuinely Terraria. I know it's popular.
Really?
I know it's popular because a lot of it's kind of in a way like Minecraft, and that's what made people like it.
I tried that. I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, so it has 58.7 million.
Huh. See, this was good. Neither one of us managed to screw anything up, so this is all good. So I would say that was probably successful since I managed to not screw anything up that time.
No, I mean, well, I had to scroll a little bit.
Well, okay, beggars can't be choosers, but all right. So that'll take us to. So that finishes up now loading. Let's go ahead and jump into our new segment, which is or side quest, which is called Patch Notes. And Patch Notes, the whole purpose of it really is just to kind of look back on the last 11 episodes very quickly and go through kind of what we've talked about, but more importantly, looking forward into 2026 and what you can expect to be some updates that are coming.
Slight changes, updates, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, we have already talked about, when we started this podcast, the whole thought really was, yes, the name Midnight Release came from the idea of midnight launches at GameStop and working there, but also the experiences that we had. That in turn has led us to cover different topics, a bulk of it being gaming related, but we've talked movies, we've talked mall culture, we've talked tech, we've talked music.
These things are still going to change throughout, like of what everything this evolves into.
Oh, 100%. But it's been really cool. We've had episodes that have been like, ooh, we need to talk about that. Kind of like with Pocket Power. Like the whole reason we had an episode on handhelds was because it came up during the console wars.
Yeah.
And, I feel at some point we're probably going to have one that's very anime centric because of how it came up in
and
Saturday
we will probably
morning
definitely
cartoons.
have Howie in.
Oh, without a doubt. There's no way we can talk anime and not have Howie.
Yeah.
But, big thing is for sure, we want to hear from you all. If there's specific topics that we haven't kind of dove into and you have some feedback or things you want to hear, let us know. And we will, dive into that from our perspective and what our experience was. But as far as kind of what's coming and projected to come and kind of tied into hearing about your thoughts on what we want to talk about. So if you've noticed on this podcast, there's kind of some music opening and closing that fades in and fades out. We've also got some sound effects for the different transitions and things like that. So there are probably going to be some changes to that opening and closing, not for any other reason except for the fact that I managed to find some old music from back in the local music days, and I think it would be really cool to utilize it. So we're probably going to make some updates to some of the future episodes, so you might notice that change. So your ears might recognize something and wanted to explain to you what that would be. Also, if you don't already follow us on TikTok or YouTube, we do have a YouTube channel as well. Have been uploading more content to these areas, and that's kind of something for 2026, call it a resolution, if you will. Like to take a lot of what we talk about, clip it, and upload that as content on TikTok or other platforms. So, definitely appreciate. We always talk about liking, following, subscribing, whatever your platform is referring to when it comes to the podcast. But the same thing goes in the other social media platforms. Going to start trying to do some more there. But probably the biggest thing that I wanted to bring up for Patch Notes is, Austin and I are doing this every week. We get together, we sit down, we chat for an hour, and then we bring it to you. But something else that we may end up doing is kind of some midweek episodes, if you will, or maybe not even anything on a schedule, just something on the fly. Podcasts a lot of times do interviews, and they talk to people and ask questions. And that's what I think that I'd like to do. Talk to you all that are listening to the pod itself. Also going to be kind of reaching out to other content creators on TikTok and other areas that talk about these things, games, nostalgia, throwback, anything like that.
Just trying to keep evolving, I guess you can say. That's one way. Like, we still want this to be this is still us. Like, we're still going to be doing the podcast, obviously.
Yeah, because
this is something for...
Well, and that's the thing. The whole thing is us sitting, talking, bullshitting like we always do, just about things that make us feel warm and fuzzy that we like to reminisce about. But I want to bring other people into that conversation. And like I said, networking is obviously very important. I know this professionally and what I do for work. Not that I particularly enjoy it or I'm very good at it, but reaching out to other content creators, or if you listen to the podcast, you're like, man, I'd really like to be on this conversation about working at GameStop. I also worked at GameStop. Or man, I'd love to be on this conversation about movies. I remember going to midnight movies and Blockbuster too, and that kind of thing. So we are going to try and bleed in some additional content that is kind of in that format. It may be audio only. It may also be video, depending on how we set this up. But just a couple things that we're going to be doing a little different. We're still going to be doing the weekly, the Monday night at midnight, like we've been doing, but we're just going to kind of maybe add some variety into the mix. And if it's something you are interested in and you're listening to this, as always, reach out to us at the email or the comments or TikTok or anything like that.
And that stuff's not going to be on the schedule.
No, it's going to be.
You may get a little bit of extra tidbit from us every week.
Exactly. You're still going to have, if you are someone that on a Tuesday that you got a new podcast episode to listen to, or maybe it's not on Tuesday, maybe on Friday is your slow day at work, and that's when you're listening to us, or whatever the case may be. That's still going to happen, but we're just going to have some additional content that could be audio only, could also be video, and it's going to be collaborative in nature. So again, if it's something you're interested in, reach out. Otherwise, you may hear from me, because I'm going to be doing some outreach to some other content creators to see if we can get some folks to have this conversations. Right. So I don't know. I feel like, so if this is episode 12, we could say 1.12, season 1, episode 12. This would be patch 1.12.2, I guess.
Okay, you're doing way too much.
Yeah,
let's just go ahead and bring it to the safe.
All right, we'll bring it to the safe. Oh man, so today was Retro Resurrections. We talked about games. We talked about movies. We talked about music. All these old things. Now, don't give me that look. Not just by my definition old. Some older than me.
I just want Bowser to have the recognition it deserves.
And, the fact that, again, all of these things are either being sought out today or are being remade
I'd
or
100%
rebooted.
play that game.
Which one?
100% Bouncer.
Oh, well.
100%. You buy a remake, I'd buy it on day one.
Yeah, I would in a heartbeat. I'm telling you, though, I'm going to be booting up the Steam Deck when I get home tonight. I'm going to see if I need to do 2,000 updates or not, and I'm going to play the Bouncer. And I'm going to send you a video of me playing the Bouncer so that you can feel bad about it.
That would be very upsetting.
But no, you'll be able to play it. I'll just bring the Steam Deck over next time I'm over here.
So. Yeah, that works. So now, what's our next episode going to be about?
So today we did Retro Resurrections, talked about the old games, the old movies, remakes, reboots, etc. We also did a game that I did not screw up, where we just tried to guess some ratings. It was very clean, very straightforward, no issues.
Even though you tried to sabotage me by giving me something you knew I wasn't going to know the answers to.
I did, and you actually, I think in the grand scheme, you did better than I did.
I literally told you 5.
You did tell me 5. But I think we both got 5 though. Like before we started doing hints, I think we both got 5. But next week's episode, so in keeping with the theme of how we do GameStop, we do games, and then we get into some other general nostalgia, and then we do more games, then back to GameStop. Next week's going to be the lost art of browsing. We're going to be digging into the internet, talking about old school social media, old YouTube.
That's one of them that it may be a little longer than normal because there's a lot on that one.
Yeah, we could get down some rabbit holes for sure. And then of course we'll have normal side quests, and we'll get into that a little bit next week. But of course, thank you for always taking the time to listen to us, hang out, make sure to like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz. Reach out to us at the email, the midnightreleasepod@gmail.com, and just keep on keeping on. Yes, I'm quoting Death Stranding. Technically, you said that in a few episodes ago, but keep on keeping on is totally from Death Stranding.
I didn't know it was from Death Stranding.
I know that's another single player. I'm literally going to have you a whole laundry list of single player games to play.
Yeah. Just go ahead and say the line.
I am going to say the line. Thank you all very much. 12 episodes in. Thank you for always remembering that some memories are worth lining up for.